Libby Buck is an author who didn't grow up in Maine, but she has a deep love for our state. She's out with her debut novel, Port Anna, and is here in the 207 studio with us to talk about it. Thanks so much.
Thank you
for being here today. Great book. And I'm wondering, this is your first novel. What made you want to write it?
Oh my goodness, I wanted to write a love story to Maine. It's always been a place for me that I think of as both deeply spiritual and also kind of magical.
Yes, it's a great way to describe it. And the book is set in Port Anna, which is a fictional Maine town.
Yes.
I know you just said you wanted to write a love letter to Maine, but,
I did.
But why Maine? Of all the places you could pick, why here?
Oh, because it's the place I think of. It's always been the place that I've thought of when times get tough. And it's functioned both as a refuge for me and also a place of comfort and joy. So this is a character whose life has fallen apart, and she needed to go someplace to rebuild her life. And for me, that would be Maine, so of course I gave that to her.
Yes, and so you're talking about Gwen Gilmore, who is the main character, and life has kind of thrown her a bunch of these awful cards. So she comes to her family's cottage, which is the Periwinkle Cottage.
Yes.
When readers finish the book and they see what she's gone through, what do you hope they take away from her experiences?
That second chances are always possible. Yes, she's somebody who has to learn how to open her heart again. And life has thrown her a lot of curveballs, and she shows up with a lot of courage and joy, and she's willing to find that again, and this little cottage in Maine really helps do that for her.
Yeah, and I know that sometimes when authors are writing, sometimes they'll like infuse little bits of themselves into characters or like pieces of their past in the plot line. Did you find yourself doing that?
Other than offering her this small cottage that I had dreamed up, I did not, she's not like me. No. I love to cook, and she eats like a child, and she is much warier of other humans than I am. I think of her as an entirely different human being from myself, so I suppose parts of me might be in there, but I don't know what they are.
What was it like bringing her to life and kind of deciding who she was going to be?
Oh my goodness, she showed up on the page. I started writing this book, and all of a sudden there she was. And this is somebody that I saw like crossing the Piscataqua Bridge at, in the middle of the night with bags under her eyes, and she was filled with despair. And I said, why? Who are you? And so she was a fully formed person when I started writing her, and it took me a while to discover what had happened to her.
Yeah. So, and how long did it take you to write this? When did you start writing it?
I started writing it during the pandemic, and it took me about a year to the first draft, and it went through numerous revisions after that, because I wrote it stream of consciousness, which is not the best way to go about writing a novel,
But it all worked out though.
It did in the end, yes, it did, and I credit the characters that came to me while I was writing.
Yeah.
So.
When you did finally get to hold the finished copy in your hands, it's yours, it's there. What was it like?
Oh, it's almost surreal. It's it's a dream come true. And you can't actually believe it's happening, and so there's this part of you that says, oh, maybe this isn't real, and then it's, all of this has been a bit surreal and lovely, just in every way.
Yeah, and you've already been making stops at different bookstores around the state, kind of promoting the book. What has it been like to connect with the people who are reading your book?
Amazing. They're so generous and kind, and they say the nicest things. They ask really insightful questions, and I think they relate to the experience that Gwen had in this place. I think there are a number of people who consider Maine a place of refuge and comfort.
Absolutely. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much, Libby, for coming in and
Thank you so
sharing
much,
your book
Samantha.
with us. If you would like to learn more about her novel, Port Anna, you can do so by visiting the 207 section of our website and app. And don't go anywhere. We're back with our show right after this.